So you are welcome to our weekly updates. This is Medas from Jimo, the team lead of Plan B Express. And of course, we're talking about how to make $1 per minute and $60 per hour and hitting $1,440 per day, and then hitting up to as much as $10,000 per week and $43,000 a month. Then give and take, calculating on how you can bag $518,000 per annum. Okay. Now we've narrowed down things that you could do. So I'm not going to too much talk tonight. I quickly want to remind us that if you are going to create time out of no time, our 3 days online business summit. It's going to take place tomorrow. That's starting tomorrow, 19th, 20th, and 21st. So 11 a.m. in the morning, you get connected, so you have no excuse. Okay. Yeah. Some say I'm working. Well, I don't know. So maybe it's not for you. That if you're working, maybe it's not for you. You say, hey, why not I have time? Why don't you make it week? No. I just discovered that financial freedom was meant to be for all, but it's only meant for people that are determined. So if you cannot create time out of no time, and put a thing, we still will make time available 8 p.m. 3 days. But please let me just give us some notes of warning. If you do not start from tomorrow, if you jump in on Tuesday, it may not really make sense. That's the truth. Because it's going to be a preset. So there's certain fundamentals you ought to have gotten for you to get it properly. So if you miss the first day, which is tomorrow, 11 a.m. or 8 p.m., so at least if you cannot make it up for 11 a.m., you should be able to make it 8 p.m. So that's why we make it. So if you miss the first day, I can just advise don't come for the second day. Coming for the second day, it's going to be proceeding from the first day. Okay, and then the third day to wrap it up. And it's not something strange, it's just to highlight certain things that you need to do. And then those things you need to build on, then to achieving your strategy or to achieving your goal for $1 per minute. And remember, one of the biggest mission we have in Plan B is we call it 5 years to financial freedom via digital asset accumulation. So some of us are in crypto. We do not know why we're there. We're just like, we heard that crypto is good and people are making money. That's what brought some people to cryptocurrency. If that's what brought you, we advise you sit down properly and readjust yourself and have, a rethink right now on what needs to be done, okay? For you to get it propelled. Then those of you who are privileged to be in Port Harcourt, yeah, of course, someone who else is closer to the school will always be a late comer. Okay, so I've never seen a kind of today, the world we live now, physical distance is never longer a barrier again. So what we have as distance is not communication. So when somebody is not committed to things, that's where we have distance. So I discovered, like I've played it time with that number, more productive populations and more productive people are more online than offline. Sometimes people are tempted to say, oh, we are in Port Harcourt. No, you may not be in Port Harcourt. You may be more productive than even some people who will be in Port Harcourt. So you not being in Port Harcourt is never a yardstick for you not to get the best. Okay, so this summit, so the physical training summit in Port Harcourt, and remember, look at the topic, so Digital Economy Summit, building your personal economy. And I've sat down a long time and I discovered that we have people going to school and developing a lot of skills to be more corporate compliance and corporate relevancy, and then at the expense of personal economy. So people build, people are more conscious and more careful about their public, acceptance than their family development in terms of personal development and economy. We have more corporate economists and business managers than personal business managers. So people take their financial issues for granted at the expense of excellence. People just want to measure excellence. And I mean, just like I come from a place where people honor more of okay, so we have people like I use myself as a case study. Okay, I come from a place we celebrate excellence very well, but the quite unfortunate thing is that we build ourselves, our skills, our expertise around developing corporate system in terms of being hired to be a manager, to be the best director of the office, and to be the best permanent secretary, like that. And unfortunately, when we have retirement, we don't have retirement plan. So we come back home frustrated and nothing to write home about. You discover people who are in the corporate world or who are managers, people in the government or different places of works. You ask them, what about the global financial market and system? How does it really work? They can practically analyze it, but they are not participants. That's what you need to understand. Those are the things you're going to be learning, okay? You need to be a participant, not just being an analyst. We have people who are analysts of an environment, but they are not participants. And of course, they can analyze the rise and fall of whatever is happening in the market. But, okay, they do not have a strategy to explore the global market. And those are the issues we have. And we discover that when disruptive system comes, because we develop ourselves around corporate skills to be fitting into corporate organizations and to be able to deliver. So just for hiring, yeah, that's just a language. We develop ourselves around to be, if there's any English like that, to be hireable. So, but at the end of the day, you see your uncle, your brother, your father, who are retired from corporate organizations, retired from the government, parastatals and all of that. We have nothing to fall back to now, but they will give him an award of meritorious, award and stuff like, a lot of our people are victim of these things. So when it comes to system and disruptive system that will settle their turmoil and struggles for many years, they don't take it because they are mere analysts and not participants to know that, oh, this thing is actually like this. So that's why we discover that the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. Now, not the fault of the rich that the poor should get poorer, but it's at the expense of, the rich, the poor, that the rich is getting richer. So the ignorance of the poor, and then, the average people actually being too strong in they are so arrogant in their ignorance. So they will tell you, let me use a practical example now. In cryptocurrency, you have your uncle, your brother, who is a corporate economics, he's a professor, and he has studied so much about economics and all the, how the world economy works. Now, you got to ask him, what does he think the blockchain technology and the industry, the fourth industrial revolution, is going to do to the economy of the world in the next 10 years? He's going to tell you, no, there's nothing like all those technology you are talking about. So you have to make reference to what he has, because you cannot give what you do not have. So he never give expansion bay to disruptions at what could happen. To him, Bitcoin, blockchain technology is going to be shut down at a given time by the government. And that's all what he knows. Now, he can analyze the intent of the government and the policies that can be drafted by government. So, but he cannot really analyze what could disrupt those policies. And at the end of the day, he missed out of the whole thing. And so that's where we find ourselves. I've interacted with a lot of people over the years, and I saw that they did fantastically well in their space of working for companies, both corporate, both private and public companies. And now it's actually a slap in face for, a person who had walked to the biggest ladder of a bank, as, he's chartered, he has done a lot of things. And after retire, he do not have a bank. I think it's an error. If you work in the bank for many years and you become so, known, and you have affected the financial system, of course, we know how it works. And then you come back and began to do other things that is not related to how many years of expertise you are put into the banking system, and you do not run your own bank, then I think it's a failure. So that's one of the things we've seen, that because people develop corporate skills and fail their personal economy strategy. Okay, so now let's go. Now, tomorrow, Monday, and on Tuesday and Wednesday, we're going to be dealing on that. And of course, we bring all our business opportunity from the cash flow system. So those of you who you're part of Plan B haphazard way, if you're part of the training next tomorrow, and on Wednesday, you can get some glimpse of each of those apply for at least minimum of 10 out of those are cash flow, and you'll be able to see, okay, how to get involved. And those of you who have not started, those of you who have started, you see another insight to them. Possibly in some of those platforms, we can call one or two persons from, from our community who are, maybe somebody who are much in depth in Forex, and then be able to bring certain indices that, contribute to either behavior of the market to this way or to the other way. Okay, then some other project, what you don't know about a project, and I've been warning people, please still take this very seriously as a caution. Don't be too rigid on the little you have learned. Me, Felix, I'm a life student when it has to do with economy, life, family, God, business, crypto, blockchain. I'm a life student. I don't know anything. I'm just learning. The good thing about my own learning is this: I'm experimenting my learning. So I'm doing practical learning. So that's why sometimes you may look at some things I would do. You look at, why will Felix do this? And if you do not ask me questions and you stay far, say, oh, I think Felix is bigger than this. Let me use an example. I'm very much, sure that people are going to say, why will Felix tell us to buy into CoinSwap? Right? Now, when I said everybody buy into CoinSwap and I gave a warning, please be careful, don't use your main wallet. That means I was looking at them. Are you sure? Are you not sure? These guys, are they not just a bunch of scam? What do they want to do? And then trying to analyze what they want to do before they land is failure from my own side. So the best I could do is to bring it, and then let's be very strategic, not just to fall victim of circumstances. And that was why I was, okay, let's get involved, but let's use a skill. What do? Don't use your main wallet, don't use your main email. And that's why I said, if you're in crypto full-time, you must, as a matter of fact, have not just one email, but more than one email. If you're really doing the business, if you know what you're doing in the space, you must have not just an email, but more than an email. Okay, so it's important we need to identify all of those things, all of those areas, so that we can maximize the base for ourselves in the crypto space, okay? So then those of us in Port Harcourt, of course, after the online, you're privileged to, or Port Harcourt, don't worry. Of course, if you know it's important for you, we are not charging anybody to attend. But I'm just doing all of this things because most of those things may not come up, the moment we enter the month of October. Because the moment we enter the month of October, we are starting most of our Crypto Academy training, which cut across basic, intermediate, advanced, and masterclass, from $150 to $1,000 and all of that. Now, and we've issued a promo already, and I think I will still remind everybody, so that you say, I didn't hear that you guys were running promo. We're running promo of 30%, we say, to the end of this month. Once this month ends, you come in, and either you are renewed or you are coming in newly on private mentorship, on Build With Me and all of that, it's going to be the full amount. And let me just tell us, because I've been telling closer people around me, from the month of October going forward, yeah, we will be sharing a lot of things, but if you've not learned how to carry out operation by yourself, you may deny yourself certain things, because we may not have all the time to explain how to go about some of those things we'll bring to table. And they will be fantastic and phenomenal, but you will not have the know-how. And people you want to call to teach you the know-how may be struggling to do theirs, and they will not attend to you to help you to do it. Example, let me quickly go, because I just wanted to see a dimension of the market. And I think today I will explain more detail about the drip network ecosystem. And those of you who have been there and those of you who are just coming in, somebody asked me the other time, I said, oh, settle down, maybe today, just go pick out of it today and then explain it. But however, before that, just like what I was explaining, look at this. Let me go over here. Okay, now why you must be warned and be very careful. Now, this guy, this is a platform. I have now you can look at this. This is different from Helium ecosystem. Discover Helium 5G mining. Estimate your 5G mobile token. There's a token called Helium 5G mobile token that you can mine with the proof of coverage of Helium, right? I'm not going detail on this. Those of us who have been Plan B for many years, you remember that I told you one of the regrets of my life in the crypto space, even though I make some money on Helium, it pains me I didn't make crazy money, and it pains me I didn't allow my community to make insane money because of, number one, I listen to people so much, and then it's not bad to listen to people, but you must know what exactly you want to do before you seek people's opinion. Because if you do not know what you want to do, I can tell you 100%, people will tell you what they know, which does not really matter to what you want to do. That's the problem. Now, this is my philosophy added to not being a victim of someone's ideology, not being a victim of someone's philosophy. But I discover one thing again, I do my business without apology. So I apply, I owe no one apology. And I think I was speaking in one of our events with CISO, with one of the great ambassadors who is really doing a lot of activities on CISO Exchange, Ambassador Ikemba. And I told them on his group one day, I say, hey, you know what? We got involved in CISO since last year, December, and we call it a rumor project. Three projects like that: CISO Exchange, Gmeta, and then Punk Pounder, three of them. I would say these are rumor projects, so you can just participate in it. And quite a number of people were looking at it. This is a shit coin. This is a Ponzi scheme, stuff like so many things. And I told them, wow, the first thing you must understand is that I've called it a rumor project. And if it's a rumor project, you now naming it to be a scam, a Ponzi, it doesn't really make any meaning. The only thing is that you can look at it and wait until it becomes news, because that's what I love doing. When it becomes news, then you can participate, right? So, but, you know, once you don't understand. So I now look at it, seeking people's advice most time, it predominantly tell that you yourself do not know what you are looking for. Because I'm a very crazy person when it comes to crypto. Yeah, not that I don't seek people advice about my crypto business, but I'm a crazy person in crypto. So I do not see reason, you know, me crazy man in crypto asking somebody who is even afraid of Bitcoin, and I'm asking him a project that does not really have a name in the market. How do you think he's going to advise me? Fellas, you got to be careful about all of these things. If I hadn't about Bitcoin, I'm even tired already. So asking that person is negative energy. So for me, I'm not omnipotent. I don't do anything, remember? I'm just a learner and a lifetime student. But I'm this type, I'm a stomach in nature. If I perish, I perish. So I don't owe anybody an apology. I lose money, no problem, I move on. Because it better I lose by loss than to lose by me. So now look at it. One of the frustrating things about the crypto space is this. Look at this thing, Helium Deploy. Discover Helium 5G. Did you know that this project, everybody begin to like get more interested in whatever thing this guy is saying. Can I tell you why? When they come into the market, it was a rumor. Why rumor? Why will a coin come and call itself different from what we used to know from the crypto market? Okay, different from what we used to know from the crypto market. I really want to take you on a route so that your philosophy, your ideology, your understanding, your perspective need to be repermutated. Okay, because knowledge are changing every time. So you trying to like depend on the rigidity of the knowledge you have 2017, 18, 19, 2021 may kill you in 2025. Okay. So now HMT. So I'm drawing a test somewhere. So remember, this is about personal thing. Everything I do in my crypto, I take it personal. The only thing I share with people, you like to do it, you do it. You don't like to do it, you forget it. Nobody is going to coerce you to do what you don't like to do. Now, this is what put me off when I got involved on Helium about 4 years ago. And what was that put me off? How can a coin, all we used to know about the technology of the blockchain and the mining of Bitcoin, before all of those funny stuff coming in, was proof of works, right? Now, and then we'll start having proof of stake, okay? Then guys, sorry about that. I think we have a network challenge here, and we're in Nigeria, okay? So, okay. Just a moment. I'll keep you all guys updated right now. To get a share. Okay. Right, I'll go. Yeah. I'm over here. Just a moment, guys. Okay. All right. Okay, four. Good. So now there we go. You have to tell your client to mute themselves. If you get you off from our firm, you are not coming back. We don't have skill to control adults' behavior. Okay, now let's go. Now, what I was telling us now, we've heard a lot of things, and so when I heard this about proof of coverage, that was what Helium was using. Now, proof of coverage was what Helium was using. And then they said, we're doing what we call wireless revolution. Start a wireless revolution. Powered by Helium blockchain, the people's network represent a paradigm shift for decentralized wireless infrastructure. Now, this was not the issue. The issue was that the knowledge we got in the blockchain industry now gave us problem to accept this proof of coverage for Helium, okay? It gave us big issue to believe about proof of coverage. And the chunks of the volume of the coin I have, I sold them faster because I never believed there was anywhere Helium was going to go to. Now, people who were crazy more than me still held their Helium and make insane money. Now, I'm drawing somewhere. Now, on that now, they have now built what we call 5G. Now, on the 5G, they have created a token called 5G mobile token, right? And in the 5G mining, now they are having the mobile token. Listen, say enter Discord community for expert and beginner to chat about 5G, Helium, MXC, price, predictions, and everything mining related. Buy and sell mobile in the chat. Listen, this token, they are mining it, but it's not available in any market yet. Can you see? And the minimum for the mining, I'm not telling you to participate. I'm not even inviting you. I won't even give anybody link. You can't even have the link. Okay. Now, look at it. The minimum for the mining, because you need to have different, we have some called indoor, we have some, you have to have the installation and all of those things. But what I'm trying to let you know is this. Now, the mining a token that's not yet available in any general market, rather you buy on the Discord server and sell. Now, and we have people making maybe average of $600 with the prevailing price of the coin, with about 0.004 right now. Now, we already have people making about $400, no, $600 on the average based on the price of the token every month. That means with $2,499, that's $2,500. Now, the person is going to make now $600 times 4. The person within the first 4 months, about $620, $630, $645. So that means for the first 4 months, okay, so let's look at it. Let's take average of $630 multiplied by 4. That's about, so that means on the average of the first 5 months, the person with the lowest package is going to make his money back. Now, listen, I'm going to a dimension. Now, the same thing here, the same thing here, and then the same thing here. Within the first 4 months, the person is going to recover his money. Now, take note of what I want to arrive. Now, look at yardstick that when a company or when a platform pay you much money, it's a Ponzi. That's not true. Now, that a company is not paying you much money, it's not a Ponzi. That's not true. You just need to understand the narrative around a company and what you are doing per time. And what you can do to yourself is to have, I was telling in one of our training on next gen in Port Harcourt, when we have a soft launch in Port Harcourt about next gen. And I was privileged to teach about, just like the expository aspect of the financial market and all of that. I told people, hey, you know what? You've been a forex trader, and then you say you're a professional forex trader. That does not make you win. Until you grow to learn to become a risk manager, that's where you win. So when you listen to, I'm a pro. Are you a risk manager? Now, for everyone who have learned to a level when he's now connected to be able to trade like an institutional trader, he begin to learn different things from the usual he'll hear and learn from other people before. Now, you're going to change your orientation entirely. You now see different things. Now, the same thing in crypto. I'm saying this so that when people now, many people now will not cope, because the time we are still in is still very juicy. When I ask people how are you doing in crypto, they say, well, we are fine. We are waiting when the market will bounce back. I know that the market is still very good. I want the market to go terrible that when you ask somebody, how far has the crypto market? Say, bros, I think that thing has finally crashed. It's not going to make it again. That's the time I'm waiting. And that's the time I love, because it now shows that there's, the soft hand have been deleted out of the market. We only have the strong hands. Now, but tentatively, even though it looks like we've had the bottom, but that doesn't mean we cannot still go lower, okay? That's okay, it's as if we have the bottom at $17,000 plus, but that doesn't mean that from now to next week, we can't go to 18,500, which is very possible. And then if we can blow down below, before the end of the month, and blow down below the 17,000, then that would be fantastic. I can tell you guys that where my dimension of the market had been was this ball, and it's still struggling with this ball, then this ball, 15,900 plus, then this ball, 13,000 plus, as it were. Now, so why am I showing us all of this? It's this, that some coins and projects that you do not know about and has not even come into the market at all, people are doing crazy money-making system around it. So now that even if I share with you and I didn't detail you, you are going to be discouraged about getting involved in the coin. Because number one, all the yardstick to be used as normal person, we have normal, we have extra normal and extraordinary and crazy. Like me, I'm a crazy person in crypto. So The way I would take things, if I lose money in crypto, I don't give a damn. I move, because that's the level of crazy, I have in the crypto. And we have some of you are still normal people in crypto, so that your skin is not too thick. When even if a market just pull back, if a market pull back on a coin I buy, and I just abandon it, I look for where to stake it and go away. Now, some of you, oh my God, the money I used in buying coin last week, I used $10,000, now it's 2.5. Where am I going? It's a bullshit, man. Let me get out of the market. Now, I can use $10,000 to buy a coin, and it go to $500. I don't give a damn. I push it to go and stake it. I'm not saying you should be doing that, okay? But it just to tell you that we have some of us who are crazy people in the crypto. And that's exactly what is helping us to be able to overcome all of those cycles, as it were. Okay, so now, so when we share opportunity with you and it has not come out formed, these are part of the thing that makes some people who have not been able to break even in the crypto space. They are looking for opportunity that have come out formed, and then they buy into it. No, you don't go into coins or projects that have come out formed. I'm not saying start looking for funny Ponzi schemes here and there, but I'm just telling you, you can't break even. You can't make a mark in the crypto space looking for coins that have already been well established. You can't get it. You can't move. You can't be phenomenal in the system. Okay, so I just use this guy as an example that there are so many projects going on, and it pays like as if it's a Ponzi scheme. But the good thing is that you will not even hear about them. Thank God, some of them will not even have a network marketing associated with them. Or even when some that have network associated with them, some of us who are there is going to share with you if you like to do it. I shared the opportunity with somebody the other time. Say, no, all those Ponzi scheme network, I don't have time for it. I just sent him and said, oh, sorry, it was a mistake. I actually want to send to my community. I never knew I did a broadcast. Forgive me, I will never send again. He said, okay, no problem, no issues, no quarrel. Then since then, I've not sent anything. Until one day when they had to chat me, what's happening in the crypto space? I said, no. Crypto space is just calm, nothing good is happening there. And then, so don't bother about yourself. Coming to crypto now, you see, just wait until the scams are over, and then the scam can still be on and on for the next 10 years. So he has to wait. Okay, so please, those of you too who have been in crypto, because there are some of your friends you're trying to over-motivate them into the crypto space. It's not necessary. Share with them, move on. Share with them, move on. Now, why do I share this? Okay, I share this because of there's so many opportunities we have shared with you guys, and some were not taking it seriously. Okay, some were not taking it seriously because a friend told you, if it's not this, it has to be this. If it's not that, it has to be that. No, you just need to have your own mind. If you don't develop your own mind, anybody can just tell you anything and you fall victim of their own philosophy. If there's anything I wouldn't want to be in.
Who is taking tea that is disturbing us now?
Yeah, the network don't want you people to learn today. And so if you disturb the third time, I'm going to shut the training. And so we continue tomorrow. Okay. If it's going to have okay. Yeah. Okay, so let's just go very fast. I'm going to arrive at somewhere now. So this is just to show you that you have to be smart about your crypto. So very quickly, let me share something with you guys, and then do something. Now, I've told us that I have my ball rolling for 13,000 plus for Bitcoin, and why the Bitcoin movement have been very turmoil. There was a double top, and people were, we said people were looking for top of the roof the other time, and Bitcoin disappointed them. So now, who told you that Bitcoin will not still go down like this? Okay, now, but this is not an assurance, okay? So be very careful. Or sometimes when you tell people, oh, he says it's going to go down here, why has it not come down there? But I've been so bearish. And then now you can see that this is a very critical point for Bitcoin. And once you break down this place, then we're going down and all of that. Another side I shared with us the other day that many of us don't take attention to is that Bitcoin this time around, this cycle was a very different cycle altogether. a cycle that has never happened before. Why? Most people will this cycle, most people were waiting for top of the roof. That's usually the case for the previous cycles and the all-time high. But this last cycle, this cycle we just completed and going backward, did a double top instead of top of the roof. Please, we told you. Make noise, we delete you. Okay, now we said the market didn't do the usual from the one, if not the COVID-19 of 2020. That's where we have the week, and there was a drop that below, the logarithmic growth of Bitcoin. We've never had it like this year. So now we're going to struggle for multiple times going up for Bitcoin. So now I listen to people when you share opportunity with them that they will have been making a lot of money and get more Bitcoin in store for themselves. They speak English. Now, you are going to we're having critical situation for Bitcoin. Of course, whatever happened to Bitcoin will happen to other coins. Now, Bitcoin now is having a different channel together. Using this one as now resistance because we're getting more weaker and weaker and weaker, unlike before. The strength of Bitcoin getting weaker. Though, now to tell you, going forward, the phenomenal percentage you have in Bitcoin before can never happen again. Not that we will not go up. Maybe the next cycle, remember, of course, maybe the next cycle, the all-time high by 2020, maybe by 2025, all right? Maybe the all-time high by 2025. Okay, this is 2022. So we'll go to 2023, then 2024. So maybe the all-time high, maybe by 2025. Now, may just go around $80,000 or even lesser, or less than $100,000 that people were clamoring last year. Now, but the question you ask is that, when will it get there? And we're talking of 2025. Is it a certainty? It's a probability and fact from the chart. So the question you ask yourself, what then should I be doing? Because I still look at people till today, people are waiting that I'm waiting for Bitcoin to get to the bottom so that I can buy. The question is that how much money do you have to buy Bitcoin? Now, some will say, I'm waiting to, when the market now start recovering to buy. You will wait and you may be wasting. That's the truth. So, but for just tell you that Bitcoin Bitcoin now had a different thing altogether, unlike the previous time. So you are going to struggle that way for a very long time. Now, what is my solution? And that's why we say develop a strategy where you're going to be making passive money, however, from the same coin. Now, we did that. Okay, let me use one example that people still got differently today. People don't attend Zoom meetings. People don't attend physical training. And then when such training have been recorded and sent on the group, they don't listen to it. Now, we have opportunity coins and we invested in Mavi Ultron. Mavi Ultron was another project we added to the fleet of opportunity of our cash flow system, number one. What really happened? We said, oh, this is what we should do. We invested in the staking of Mavi Ultron. And having invested, is going to be going through vesting. The vesting will be 5 years. And each year, you are released 30% after the first 1 year, the next subsequent year, in that or that, the last volume have been released. But you have staking reward. But the same project now had their swap. We told people, look at it. Now, it will look sometimes, when you look at some projects, it look like a scam. Oh, yeah, let me talk like that. Let me go here. Remember, I'm saying I'm going to do detail more about Drip Network ecosystem tonight. So, but let me quickly go to.
No, even tried this week, last week, I didn't even eat. The time I went to eat now, I can't remember.
Okay, so now look at it. We told people this. We told people this. Imagine people who don't want to learn. We told people this. Now, when Ultron started the farming, when Notron started the farming was around 300% plus. We now said this farming can be on and on above 200% APR, maybe for the next 3 months, if possible. Now, if on the average, let's say for the next 6 months, it stayed within the range of 150 to that 300. So let's say 150% plus 200 plus 270, that is 3, plus 260, that is 4, plus 190. Is it up to 6 now? Yeah, something like that. Okay, let's look at it. Number 1, we say, okay, 300%. 300%, that's 1. 280%, that's 2, plus 150%, that's 3, plus 250%, that is 4, plus 190%, that is 5, and plus 220%, that is 6. Then divide by 6. So that is on the average 231%. Okay. Now, if in 6 months such coin stays there, that means in 6 months you are riding on 231% APR. Now, for instance, you now have, let's say, $1,000 investment into it for the coin. Remember, the coin is growing, but let's go. And 1,000 investment at the price of, at the price of, okay, 1,000 investment at the price of when the coin was around 0.03. Okay, so divide by 0.03. So that's about 33,300 and whatever. Okay, so now divide by 2, then it's going to be an LP. Whatever price growth, this is going to be growing. So, but this is now divide by 2. Okay, this is 1,000, that's a 16,660, whatever. Now multiply by get this, okay, multiplied by 0.31. I'm arriving somewhere. So this is 5,116. All right. So okay, plus 16,6666 around that, plus 16,6666. Okay, right. This is 38,498. Okay, yeah. Divide by. Don't worry, those arithmetic will be complex for you. I want to arrive at somewhere. So divide by 365 days. All right. Yeah, this is 105. Okay, now daily. So 105 daily. Now, then multiply by 30 days. Okay, that's about 3,164 the month. I'm just arriving at somewhere. Now multiply by 6. So that would be 18,985. So we now say after the 6 months, what if the coin is at an average of maybe 20 cents, yeah, or 50 cents. Okay, so you now say multiply by 0.5. So that's going to be $9,492 in 6 months, right? And the growth and the price of the coin, how much will it be? So by 50 cents. So let's say, remember, when you return that LP back, it's not going to be 16,000. Now, you have 33,000, right? So 33,333 thereabout, right? Multiply by 0.5. Okay. That's crazy, right? Now, that's going to be 16,600. So that means your $1,000 will be 16,000 plus, and apart from the $9,000. I know many of you don't get this calculation. Now, I'm just saying, in 6 months, if Marvel Ultron gets to 50 cents, and somebody who have locked in $1,000 and in 6 months start farming could do this, and if he tell you that $1,000 give him 9,000 and 16,000, so give and take almost 20-something thousand dollars in 6 months, you're going to say, hey, I want to invest. But when he was investing it, the coin was having issues about when people want to verify on different platforms. Now, at that time, this percentage must have dropped drastically to less than this, maybe 30% or even 12% APR. Okay, I'm just showing you some things that while you're waiting for Bitcoin to give you the all-time high 2025, somebody is a multi-billionaire and they will buy the Bitcoin cheaper than you and buy more volume of Bitcoin more than you, because just to swap the coin back to Bitcoin or back to Ethereum or back to BNB as it were. Okay, so there are so many ways to build your portfolio and arrive at $1 per minute. So let me quickly go to Drip Network ecosystem. Okay, now Drip Network ecosystem have 3 layers. I'm going to share very fast on the 3 layers. Now, if you want to get crazy about Drip Network, you're going to go to drip.formulate.finance and to understand some crazy things about the drip. Okay. Somebody sent me something about a hybrid combination of drip and hex. And I told the young man, I think it's better I just take my drip very serious, because drip have 3 systems before you talk about the even pool system. Okay, so the pool system is there, and at the same time is having 3 systems that's going to give you the same money. Okay. All right, so let's go here. I'm going to show you something crazy. If you've not been taking drip very seriously, I'm not convincing you, please, right? Just to let you know, because sometimes you may claim to not to know. Okay, you like, you do, you like, don't do. It's not by force, okay? Now, let me show you something crazy. If anybody who started Drip Network, there are 3 angles to Drip Network. Number 1, there's a drip faucet, which you will. Okay, so now, right now, talking about the Drip Network as an ecosystem, there are 3 things about the Drip Network as an ecosystem. Number 1, there is a drip faucet. Number 2, there is a drip garden called Animal Farm. Number 3, there is a piggy bank, right? Now, the drip. Yeah, I think the network don't want you people to. The network wants to say enough of what we've gotten tonight. Okay. Now, the drip network has 2 things or 3 things. I quickly wrap up now. Now, the drip faucet offering is we'll call it a deflammatory coin. So 1% of the coin. Please, when you have our 1%, don't come to us and say, since they say 1%, if I put my $1,000, now they will be paying me 1% of my $1,000. That means you've not started crypto at all. Your $1,000, there's a volume of drip coin that you could buy when you were coming in, right? Especially, remember, when you're coming in, you're going to be charged tax for coming in and all of those things. So If you get it twisted, you mess up yourself. So the calculations of what you are earning is not on the amount, it's not on the amount of dollar you come in with, it's on the volume of the drip. Let me look. Okay, now we have an example of an account here. Now, this fellow is going to be earning 1% of this 335 of the drip coin every day, okay? Now, this is the issue. The issue is this person, irrespective of the dollar value of drip, is going to be earning 1%. In 365 days, is going to accrue 365% of the coin locked in. Now, he has two opportunities. Number one is that to be harvesting by claiming, and then once the total volume locked, get 365% after the year, then his account stop. He has maxed out. Or he want to elongate to earn more, is going to hydrate and compound. And then, so irrespective of the price of the coin in the market, it's not his own. That's not the 1% he's making. It's making on the coin. Now, we remember people who started with drip. Drip was not even in any market when they started. So those are the people who bought the rumor and then they have retired now and making insane money in drip. Now, this is the solution we give to people. Now, drip is still very cheap now. It came down to as low as $4. And people say, oh, how I wish I knew when it was $2. It came to $4, people didn't buy. And then the same people are still complaining, oh, when will it come back to $5? If it come to $5, probably go to $3, they would not buy. Okay, now this is the secret. The drip faucet, right? You have the drip faucet, you have the drip garden. Now, look at the drip faucet. Let me go to somewhere that will get you crazy. Assuming you have money to do 500, to make sure you start with 100 drip. Okay, let's look at it here. Assuming you have money to start with 100 drip. So how do you do? Let's take the calculator. I want to show you guys something crazy. Okay, you have money to start 100 drip. Now, remember, your first assignment in Plan B is 5 years to financial freedom via digital accumulation. So just calculate, you're going to compound your account for the first, right, 12 months. So that's going to be how many? 365 days or 360 days. So you're going to compound for your 100. Now, how much will it cost you to get 100 drip now? Let's say give and take all in all, because you'll be charged tax and all of that when you buy. So let's say you're going to cost you $700 and something. So let's say it's going to cost you $900 or $800. So now that means you've started an opportunity of $900. Now compound for the first 12 months, 360 days. Okay. Now let's see how many drip you will have at the end of 360 days. You compound. Okay. Now nobody tell you cannot pick money, so I'm just telling you, giving you a secret. At the end of 360 days, you're going to have 3,061 drip. Okay? You're going to have 3,061 drip. That's what you're going to have. 3,000 and, okay? That's what you're going to have. So if that's what's going to have, okay, now from then on, you may want to be cashing out. Now, let's say by that year, drip had come down to $2. Okay, drip has come down to, or let's say $4. I'm just being critical. So let's say drip had come down to $4 because it came down all time low to $4.something. So let's say drip had come down to $5. So that means 3,061 drip is what you have right now. So 3,061 is what you have. So multiply by $5, that will be $15,305 if the price was to be there. Okay. Now, this is it. What's going to happen? You're now going to be making 1% of 3,061 drip every day. So multiply by 0.01. So that's about 30.61. Now we say let drip be $5 multiplied by $5. So you're going to be making $153 every day. So multiply by 30 days. So you're going to be making $4,591. Now listen to me. Upon the price of the market dip, now we have people making $5,400 every day on drip faucet alone. Why? They've compounded, and then they have more drip already, and then they're making more money. Okay? So that's what many of us don't understand. You want to enjoy when you need to endure, then you will have to endure when you're supposed to enjoy. So it's better you suffer now and make more money to enjoy yourself later than you want to waste your money now and then endure later. So that's drip faucet. Now let's go to the drip garden. Okay, now this is drip garden. Let's go drip garden. So let's say you have now let's say you have, okay, this account example, let's say somebody have just about $2,000 investment in drip garden now. The price is down crazily, and you could compound for the first 1 year. Yeah, you could get up to how many million? I did that statistic before. I can't recall now. You're going to get crazy money, okay? But because right now, if you have average of $2,000 in drip garden, you can be making an average of $63 per day with the prevailing price. But people set their eye on the dollar instead of setting their eye on the asset. Because this is the calculation of many people now. People are compounding their drip garden. Now, these plants one time had done price up to $12 and at a point seated at $5. Now, this is the question everybody is asking. What can happen if the plant can just go to, 10 cents? Now, let's look at, that means this guy account, I have one guy account here. This guy account is making 33,904 plants daily. Let's first start that. When the plant go to 1 cent, don't know what. So 33,000, right? 33 and 904. Okay, let me just compound for this guy. 40,000. Okay. Okay, let's go here. 10. Okay. Okay. Yeah, look at it. Now, most people are just eager of immediate gratification. That's why they will not go far, right? Yeah, but one thing is this: we don't tell you not to make money and help yourself. That's why I preach about diversification, cash flow system. When you build a goal, you should know the one that should be seed, and you continue to let it be on planting season. Then you should know the one to harvest from and do what is important. Because I always tell people, the market is time to change your car. Naturally, that if you understand the crypto, you will know that's not the season. Even when you make insane money in some project you never imagine was going to blow up, what do? You take out the money to, increase your stake in other portfolio, so that at the bull run you have excess money to do whatever thing you want to do. Okay, so let's say this guy now, okay, making an average of 34,000 plants daily. All right. So where is it going to be? We now say when the price of plant is 1 cent. Let's see what this guy can make in dollar per day. 0.01 multiplied by 34,000. Let's just say 34,000. 34,000 multiplied by 0.01. So this guy's making $340 per day. So multiplied by 30 days, he can be making $10,000 per month. Now, if this was the terrible one happened and the price is at 5 cents, multiplied by 34,000. So that would be $1,700 per day, multiplied by 30 days. That would be $51,000 per month. Now, it then means that that time, only one portfolio will be giving the individual the amount he wants to be making per month. Remember what he wants to be making per month for the 3,200. There you are, one portfolio is generating average of $51,000 per month. So the question you ask me is that when the price is at 10 cents, what happened? 0.1. Oh, 34,000. Multiplied by 0.1. I think it should be 34. $3,400 multiplied by 30 days. That will be $102,000 every month. Now, let's say this consistently stay just average of 6 months. So, oh, sorry, that would be 102,000 multiplied by 6 months. That will be 612,000. You know why I always tell this? There will be a season when there's a bull activities of a particular project, like a kind of optimum time. They stay 2, 3, 4, 5 months or 6 months. People who have been suffering with the project will be the one to make insane money. Now, other people want to start doing something crazy around the project that time. They're not going to make money. They are the people get disappointed. They come, oh, the money, oh, I lost my money and all of that. Because you're not part of the people who are cooking the soup. You want to lick the highest part of the soup. It's going to hurt you. That's exactly what people are doing in the crypto space. So we have good phenomenal projects that if they are hidden, nobody's going to tell you about it. And even when they tell you about them, you're not going to take them serious, right? Until when it's obvious. Like we talked about CISO XP, we talked about next gen, we talked about Ultron blockchain, we talked about so many things. People didn't even believe me on Mavi Ultron when I share with them. Until Mavi Ultron start moving crazily, people asking, oh, can I have your link? I want to start now, and all of that. The same thing on CISO. CISO, where is it traded? I say it's not traded anywhere. Wow, that's a scam. I say, okay. Later, oh, CISO is now on PancakeSwap. Wow, are you serious? That means these guys are really trying. They are coming up. Oh, CISO now is sending a rumor that we want to list on CoinMarketCap. Are you damn serious? I mean, so you must develop what exactly you want to achieve, and then work towards it. And so don't become a victim of people's ideology. So the market is going to do a lot of people funny things. So we can expect more crash, okay? Can expect more crash. Remember when we were telling some people, I'll just tell you this point is very critical. Okay, so it still look like, oh, we have to go there, we have to go up. That because like we broke this, but this confluence is a place you don't want it to come down. Here, anything here, oh my God, it's gonna go be very disastrous. But you can't rule it out that the market should not come down. So, but if you bounce, but please don't get it twisted. Even when you bounce, as far as you didn't bounce above 25K, forget about it. Even when you bounce above 25K, you have trouble at 29K. You see this region? Excuse me. Okay, so you see this region. A very terrible region, okay? So the very terrible region. So even when you bounce up, you are going to have serious problem at 25K. Then when you come there, you have to go to have a problem here, 28, 29, until you cross to 31, 32K, and then you begin to like. So don't think that we're going to have this violent kind of jump up of the previous time. No. Don't expect it. So that's why you need to engage yourself in buying into, remember what we said is this. We don't rule it out to say the best you can do for yourself is to learn more. Let's start trading, taking project and DeFi games, affiliate system, third party, timely. Please underline this, timely investing, and opportunity coins, and launchpad. So gentlemen and ladies, I think we've done a lot. So you are in an ecosystem, and what you need, just pay attention. Equip yourself, because the best time to learn is when the market is dicey, terrible, bear market. That's the best time. And then when the bull run started, then you say you want to learn. Nobody's going to attend to you because they tell you, I'm busy, I want to do this, I want to see this. And I tell friends, I said, anybody can become a crypto expert when the bull is running. Everybody will say, well, I'm the crypto lord, I'm this, that. Then when the bear market comes, you won't hear any of them. They disappear. Most of them just run away. Then, you are left alone and you're unable to do anything again. So gentlemen and ladies, program starting tomorrow by 11 a.m. and then 8 p.m. Nigerian time. And then you want to be part of it, it's free. Then, but if you don't get started with us tomorrow, you may miss some things. And if you want to that'll start coming on Tuesday, then on Wednesday. Then by next week, it's going to be a physical class, so not online, not on Zoom. At our office, that's 26, 27, 28, 3 days physical interactions. Okay. Then those of you who want to leverage on the promo and all of that, well, it's a privilege for you. Then you can help yourself. So, ladies and gentlemen, please don't be victim of people's opinion. Especially this season we are. New thing that will be coming up will not respect the conventional. In fact, certain things, strategy, pattern, project be coming out and they wouldn't look like it. They won't look like it. And then that's where you see people make insane money. Then, of course, many of you can attest to what would you say about this guy? Close. What would you say about this guy? I don't know what amount is it now. I think one of our friends said one of his close person asked him, I never believed that you two would take this thing seriously. How can you believe that a coin like this will become something? Are you not funny like this? And that was sweat coin. So sweat coin, that people like, what the hell? What are you talking about? How can a coin like this do this and all of that? And then finally it was launched, then got pumped. They were like, what? So how much more? There's so many things that you're still going to hear. Your faith will be so weak to believe that they can do anything. Okay. Okay, so yeah, so I think at this point I'll have to pause, stop the recording. You have questions? Why don't you? Feel free to ask questions, and we can now call it today. You have questions, you can type it on the chat box, then we attend to it.